tonight, so I know he got a lot of vitriol down there when he committed to you guys.
He and I haven't talked about it, but when he gets too hyped, he's not at his best. I thought when he gets too hyped, he doesn't shoot it as well. Mind starts racing a little bit. He's not, the calm, athletic attack player that he needs to be when he's at his best. So, he and I'll talk about it before the game, but right now it hadn't been discussed.
When you look back at film from that game defensively.
Last game?
Last game. Was it even more impressive than you thought defensively, how they handled assignments? We had some breakdowns, but, we've made it, we're being more consistent in how we're teaching, and we're giving them one way to do stuff. Adjustments will be made by me. You just do what you're supposed to do. If you can't do it, that's okay. Someone else will try. Now they know. There's no, well, I did it because I was afraid he wasn't. What we're trying to teach is trust. Everybody on this team has got to trust their teammates are going to do their job, so I can do mine. And basically, that's what we're doing.
Do you feel like on this team that you have so much talent that you can be the good hook kind of guy that you look at when they make a mistake?
I take them out if they miss a shot, if they turn it over, I take them out. If they don't run right, I take them out for everything. Here's why I take them out. If they don't dive on the floor for a loose ball, they're out. If they get beat on a rebound because they're not checking out or they just get beat, you're out. If you're breaking down on your defensive assignments, you're going to come out. Short of that, you're in. I'm not taking you out. And so, they know. I mean, they've got a job to do. And do your job. If you can't do your job, someone else will do it. It has nothing to do with missed shots. It takes me out every time I don't dive on the floor for a ball. Yeah. Every time a guy just outworks me for a rebound, he takes me out. Yeah, he does. He does. If I just decide to defensive do what I want to do, can you believe he takes me out? Yeah, he does. It's not missed shots. It's not turnovers. It is do your job. You're not going to make every shot. You're going to turn it over some. There are mistakes that are going to be made, but not effort mistakes. You can do those things.
John, how well has Malik played up to date, up to now?
Well, the best thing that he's done is he's transformed himself into a defensive guard, more so than he's ever been. And the second thing is he's becoming an efficient scorer. He took 11 shots and he had 20-some points last game. He doesn't have to take 40 shots to get 25 points. He's not that guy. Now he's got to take it up a notch rebounding the ball. He's got to go after balls. He's got to check out. My opinion, he should be a double-double as a guard. Like what? Yeah, he should be a double-double, and it should be rebounds and points. And it shouldn't, he could be that guy, but he's got to focus on that.
His reputation was inconsistent coming here. He seems to be fairly consistent. How consistent is he in your mind overall?
Well, he's efficient more than consistent. When you're an efficient player, that you don't have to be a guy that takes 30 shots to get points, that's big for your team because then everybody else can still shoot. And like I said, he had 11 shots and he made 8 or 9, whatever he made, and had 20-some points. The other thing is we're shooting free throws in there, and the kid's making 10 in a row, 10 in a row, 10 in a row. And I look at Isaiah. If you shot free throws, Isaiah, why won't he get fouled? Go get fouled. If you miss 2 jump shots, go get fouled. Go make 2 free throws. Okay, now I got it going. It's all creating new habits for these guys. Creating new habits for Bam and De'Aaron Fox and Wenyen. A shot goes up, I'm not going to watch the ball. I'm going to create a habit. The minute that guy releases, I go hit somebody. It's all habits, and it's not changing. It's creating new habits, creating new practice habits. But that's the day-to-day stuff that we're trying to do.
tell you're finding as you're trying to get into great new habits? Are they really trying to do it? It just takes a while.
Yesterday, they weren't as focused, they kind of, we worked out in the morning, had a great workout, and then they came back in the evening, and we started slow and got going, and then they kind of lost focus a little bit. So instead of just getting mad, I just had them condition. So we just did conditioning for 15, 20 minutes. Because like I told them, I said, you guys, I'm enjoying coaching you, and I don't want to get mad, so we're just going to condition instead of, and again, told them today, you got to come in here every day focused on what we're trying to do as a team. And then if you want to mess around and play pickup after we leave, come back at night and play pickup with each other. Then you can go shoot hooks and do what you want to do. I doubt if they'd come back, but that's their choice if they choose to.
John, after the last game, we asked Isaiah about what you said about shooting it higher, and his answer was, I'm not going to change the way I play.
He's changing because we're doing it in practice. He's shooting it higher now. Because he's got a big old thing out in front of him, and it's blocking him if he doesn't shoot it higher. See, last year, he made those. He didn't get shots blocked. Now, tell me why, Jerry. You're a basketball Benny. Why didn't he get shots blocked last year? Why did he avoid and make shots? Because he didn't want to go to the foul line. Now he's like, okay, I'm going to go in here and throw my body at this guy and get him to foul me and not worry how high I'm shooting the ball because I'm making free throws. Well, I'm saying to him, dude, you're getting blocks that we should be getting baskets. And in a close game, we can't afford it. You play a team, again, if a big guy is coming at him to block a shot and it doesn't get blocked and he misses, our big guy is going to rebound the ball. Like, this is simple stuff. This isn't brain surgery that I do. So if I shoot it higher, I don't know if I can make it. It's okay. Don't make it. Just don't get it blocked. Because the only one we can't get is the one you get blocked. Watch this one. Shoot it higher. It might go in. It might not. And if you miss it, we will rebound it and score. Yeah, but I missed it. I'd rather try to get it blocked. Okay. So, no, we're in practice, not just with him now. We're doing it with all the guys. We're working on getting the ball. You got to get it higher. If he shoots it low off the backboard in practice, I'm stopping it now because I'm really focused on seeing it. Watch. Shoot it that much higher off the glass. That much higher. Well, that's a change from what I do. Come on. Stop. Just shoot it higher. He's doing fine.
John, it's hard to believe that you're almost halfway through the season now. How good is your team? Is it about as good as you thought they'd be at this time of the year?
We're figuring out what we have to do. Individuals are figuring out what they have to do to get better and where they are right now. And then as a coach, I'm figuring out the biggest thing was discipline. That's the biggest thing I had to zero in on. We have to get a couple other guys playing better, and we've focused on that. And then we're looking at every player, whether it's Isaiah, shoot it higher, whether it's Malik, get fouled, whether it's De'Aaron Fox, play faster, don't jog the ball up. How do each individual, Wenyan, you and Derek, you got to stay in front of people. How we're playing pick and rolls now with our team that we have right now. All the things, being simpler on offense, giving them less, giving them a little more room because they react better. Learning to post the ball. Like early on, we weren't doing it. Now you're seeing us learning. If we don't teach them, they're not going to just do it on their own and figure it out. That's what we have to do. But their competitive spirit, their togetherness. I mean, people are sending me pictures of our bench. When the starters are in the bench, when the starters are out the bench, when the last guys on the court are in the bench. We got a group that's sharing, but it's like we're playing Arkansas. It's going to be a hard game. They're good. They trap. They scramble up the game. They play reckless, which means they could come in here and make a bunch of threes and beat you, because that's how they play. They went to Tennessee. Not many people win in Tennessee, and they won the game, and they won pretty handily. So, you know, we got a ways to go, but I'm happy that we're on the path we're on.
Does the Arkansas style, John, invite the other team to play basketball rather than follow instructions from their coach?
Well, you gotta, you know, any game you're playing, you gotta play basketball. You gotta do some schemes to play together. But I would say if they're trapping us, if they're spreading the court out, it doesn't matter who does that to us, we're gonna play. We're not pulling it out. So I'm not giving away trade secrets. Anybody that's watched me coach over 30 years know if you press and trap, we're coming. That's how we play. You know, they play some zone, they trap out of zone, they do some stuff, they do some different out of bounds stuff to try to disrupt you. It's how they play. So it should be, it's, you know, another good ball game for us, another hard game for us.
Tom, Tim Moore.
Are you closer to getting what you want out of those guys behind Bam, whether it's Isaac or Sasha?
Better. Isaac looked really good yesterday, like really good. You know, I had some individual meetings, and, you know, you got to remind these guys that we do this different here. It's faster. You got to stay up with the treadmill, or you're going to get flipped under. Do you ever hear of Fred Flintstone? Do you know who he is? What, you know, what was the wife's name? Wilma. Then he went under. He's running on the treadmill and flipped under. If you don't stay up with the treadmill, you get flipped under. But I also, as I do that, got to remind them that we do this we do it and make sure we're about them. And I got to call them in every once in a while and say, you know, I love you now. You know I'm about you. If you can't take a coach who's for you personally, I don't know how to help you. Now, doesn't mean I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. And some of the guys, I got to tell them I believe in them more than they believe in themselves at times. And it shouldn't be that. Like, I see in you this. Why aren't you seeing it? You know, and most of the guys, it's a competitive spirit. If you're doing a drill, or we're playing 5-on-5, and you get scored on and it's just okay, doesn't bother you. You don't have a competitive spirit. You get scored on, you're mad. If you miss an easy layup that you should have beat the guy on, you're not happy. I mean, you're not like, I missed it, so what? Let me go back. I'm on defense. That guy in this environment, Kentucky, in practice every day, every game is someone's Super Bowl. You're not going to face somebody that's not playing their best. It's just hard to be that guy to compete here.
George
Last
Jetson.
question.
George Jetson.
That's who it was. It wasn't Fred Flintstone. What was George Jetson's wife's name? Jane, stop this crazy thing. Judy was the daughter. What was the dog's name? Did you really watch that? Okay. Fred Flintstone, he was running in the bare feet in the car. That's right. Bam. Bam Bam.
As someone who, you talk about Super Bowls, every game's a Super Bowl. There's a coach in another sport, Nick Saban, who's going for another national championship. What kind of appreciation do you have for the kind of success that he's had, that kind of consistency? That, just when you have time.
It's incredible. I look at what Alabama's done, and he's done it with different staffs. The advantage they have over us is they have returning guys. Some leave, and then they got a mass group returning that can really teach the new guys. You have redshirting and different things that make the kids older, and you get more of a chance to teach them. But that being said, so is every other football team. So why in the heck are they doing what they're doing? He's incredible. I mean, he's incredible. And then I go to Gino Auriemma in women's basketball. They may win 100 straight games. you cannot make a movie about it. Why? It's just not believable. I'm not gonna believe that somebody won 100 straight games. So when they write the movie, no one's going. They can't win 100. You can't win it in a video game 100 straight games. When you talk about that consistency year in and year out, and I coach, so I know how hard it is. There's a culture they've created that there's an expectation within their team, yet their kids stay in the moment. How in the world do you do that? There's an expectation that we're going to win all these games, yet you stay in the moment. Let's just do what we do today. And then I'm going to tell you, on all those teams I just said, they have trust. Everybody trusts. I can be reckless, do my job, but be reckless and be aggressive because someone will have my back. I trust someone's got my back. And then they can go play. For those coaches that they're unique. There'd be other coaches doing what they're doing if there weren't just one or two of those guys and ladies. I mean, it's what those two guys are doing with those programs. Wow, and Clemson is doing it another way. I mean, and they're really good now. You know, people are acting like Alabama's just winning. I'm sorry. I mean, that other team's showing up, and they have an expectation that they're going to win. Yeah, I've got great respect for all those guys. Thank you.
Ron.